Hi, I thought I would do a very quick video on smart home products that I have, and I can link a couple descriptions in this video and then I can maybe just do an in-depth on each type later. But I had someone talk to me. They were talking about buying some smart plugs, and I was telling them I have my favorites and to make sure they're a little smaller, and was trying to explain why. This is one of my very first smart home products. This is, of course, one you just plug in. And the problem with this one was it was so big that even if you plugged it into the very top outlet, I couldn't use the outlet underneath it because of the way it's curved. It would just literally take the whole outlet up. And maybe I'll do a quick video on just the plugs, maybe here in a bit or sometime this weekend. So this was my very first purchase, and that's kind of what started me down the rabbit hole, because once I started buying smart home products, I became hooked. It is so convenient, so easy. Literally, if I'm walking in the garage door and I have my hands full and I want to turn on lighting, if there's a storm and I know there's a storm and I'm away from home, I can turn on music for the dog from my phone. I'll explain more of that later. Literally the lighting is probably one of my very favorite. So I bought this smart plug. This was one of the first types. I have the same brand in everything. So the TPLink Kasa is honestly my favorite. I have used other products when I'm at other people's homes, but here's the thing. I only need, besides the Alexa app, don't want to call her name too loud, besides Lexi, which is what we call her so she doesn't ding and listen to you, I have to have this app on my phone. And so if everything is the same product, it's one app, no big deal. So first for purchase here. My second purchase was a smart bulb. And again, I stuck with the same company that I had. Walmart used to sell these at the beginning. And this is the smart bulb. And the nice part about this is it's dimmable. So you could tell her, say you walk into the bedroom, you're getting ready to lay down, and you're not reading, but maybe you're just chilling out or talking to your husband, or maybe he's not home yet, you want to leave a very low light on. You can tell Alexa to turn this down to 5% or 10% or 20%. You can also use the app to turn it up and down. And so that's really nice. I have 3 of these. This is more of a soft, I don't know what they're calling this one, yellow. This is a bright white. And I actually have a video on this one, the Edison bulb. I can link that here if you want. But I also have a colored bulb that can change to any color in the rainbow that you could think of. And the other bulb that's exactly like this that's colored can go pink, red, purple, green, orange, yellow, 100%, 90%, 70%, 10%, 2%, whatever you want. And so I really, really like the smart bulbs. My second purchase was this little guy here, same brand, same company, but I was excited when they came out with them, because if you see the difference, if I put this in an outlet, it didn't cover the next outlet above or below. And so I could actually plug 2 of these into the same outlet if I wanted. So this was probably my second favorite thing other than the light bulb. And the light bulb I just really like, because like if I'm walking in and I have, say, towels to go put into my bathroom, I can have her turn on the light. My arms are full. If Ed's not home from work yet, I can have her set it to 5% or whatever, and any color I want. And so, it's just really cute. So I like the smart bulb, so this is probably my second favorite. I love this one, and I have two of the big ones, but I do tend to use these behind the furniture more, where I know I'm not going to need to use the outlet for something else. That is the only downside about this one, is you're only going to use one of the two of the outlets that are in the wall, because it's so big, the square footage. Now, they came out with this one not too long ago, and I know this looks a little weird. I'll back up a little bit. But you have an outlet here. You have an outlet here. And this, I can actually plug in and still use the outlet at the top or the bottom, so it doesn't cover. I don't have a video on this yet, but you can manually turn on and off here if you want to. Say your internet's not acting right and you just want to turn on and off the TV or Christmas tree or whatever you plugged in. The nice part about this one is one outlet, two different routines. Say you can plug Christmas tree lights in on this side and maybe a wreath on this side, just as an example, guys, whatever. Coffee pot here, and maybe you have a candle warmer over here that you just want to leave on 24/7, or you just want to make a routine for the coffee pot, or and set a timer, because you can literally go in and set a routine to where your coffee pot comes on at a certain time and kicks off at a certain time. So that is something to think about too. But I love, love, love this one over this one. And the only reason I do is because this I've only got one, but this I've got two, one on each end. So my very, very favorite, this is the newer smart outlet from TPLink that came out, I don't know, more than a year ago, but I will get another one of these. The other thing I have is, this is the outdoor plug. I also have a video on this outdoor plug. This goes, it's fine to put in outside, weather, it's been out in the weather. My Christmas lights were on this. My lights for Halloween outside were on this. Say if you didn't set your routine, you can just hit this to turn them on or off. And it was really, really nice. I set the routine up to where, like, my Halloween lights came on at, say, 6:30 at night, because it was getting dark a little later back then. And I would have them go off at like 11 or 11:30 at night. But my Christmas lights, I would have kick on when I use this. I would have kick on at like 5 or 5:30, and then of course they'd kick off at like 11:30 or midnight or whatever I decided to set the routine. And I didn't actually have to use my voice assistant and tell Alexa to turn them on and off. So this is one of my favorites. I kept telling the husband I was going to buy this, even if it didn't come on sale. When it first came out, it was like $59, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that. And then this year it came down a lot more right around Halloween, so I purchased it. Now, the other smart home thing I have is my clock. I've got plenty of videos on the clock. I'm pairing the clock, so I'm not going to spend any time. But I do love, love this clock, and it sets my timers and sets multiple timers, and the clock is wonderful. So that is another smart home product I have. The Edison bulb is the newest one. I got this for Christmas. There is a video on the Edison bulb, and it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So the other thing I bought right before the Edison bulb that I bought for like a Merry Christmas to me was my power strip. Now, the power strip, you can set, I did these, and I set the routine on my Christmas Village, and everything came on at the same time. So my Christmas Village, I had 4 sets of cords. Each house, there was probably 3 houses on each set. And then I had something on the fireplace that was also plugged into this. But now you also have the USB ports. The USB ports are not routine able, though. So if you're going to say plug in whatever, cell phone or whatever, you're not going to be able to use, you're not going to be able to set this on a routine. But each one of these set a routine. So that is 6 different routines that you're able to set. No hub required, meaning no separate box to sit anywhere other than Lexi. And It's also surge protector. It also monitors energy, individual controlled and control from anywhere because of your phone. And then, of course, the scheduling aspect, I talked about that as far as routines. You can schedule everything to come on and off. I set my Christmas stuff up, and I would just tell her to decorate Christmas. So this is one of my favorite things. I do find that like this time of year in January, I'm not using it very often, but like the Christmas village at Christmas, Halloween, things like that, I'll be using this, and maybe I'll use it more, but right now I'm not using it. So that is, now I do have the Echo Show. I have the first generation, the 10-inch, and then of course I have 2 dots. I have the first generation and the latest generation. I have 2 dots, one in my bathroom, one in the living room, and then the Echo Show is here in the kitchen. I've done a video on those. I'm not going to do another video, but I wanted to kind of just wrap up what I have. I don't have any smart switches yet, but trust me, I'll probably end up picking them up. I love the smart home products. Schedules, routines, which scheduling and routine are the same thing basically. And the nice part about these is you can set these to come on and off on a schedule, but then you could hit the random and it'll change like a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, or, I don't know what the random window is, but it changes. It will just come on and off. It won't come off like exactly 7 p.m. It'll come on and off at 7 p.m. one day and 7:20 the next day, or 7:10 the next day, or whatever it is. And so if you're going to be out of town, you can hit that random, and these will come on and off and help people think that you're home. Now, I have a husky, and she doesn't like storms. If I'm away, I can turn her on a light. So if I know there's a lot of lightning flashing, I could turn on and off the lights while I'm away. I can also turn on music, so that does help her as well. So, and of course we have smart TVs that I've never done a video on. I guess I could, but I have a colored bulb, and then I have these 3. This one's already plugged in. It's over there in the living room. I've done a video on it. This is a newer one I haven't had to plug in yet. Newer one that is just extra. But there's my smart home products, guys. I do plan to hopefully get a couple smart switches. I haven't gotten any yet, but hopefully if you've never done it, this gives you an idea of things that you can do. There's also the garage door openers, as well as the different things, like you can put something for your thermostat. You can turn up and down the thermostat before you get out of bed, turn it back down late at night. If you're like us, I like to have it cooler before I go to bed. You could just set a routine on thermostats, and those are very, very nice too. So if you've never done smart home, it's not hard to do. Like these bulbs come with a little card, literally, easily telling you how to set the product up. Once you've set these up, these have all been set up. They're in my app. If I plug this in right now, it'll automatically pair to the system. And if it doesn't, it's very, very easy to pair. So, don't be afraid of it, but make sure they're a little smaller. And I do try not to pick up anything that's huge. Trust me, now that I've used this one and this one, I will never buy another one of the bigger, fatter ones again, but this is first generation. So if you're trying to find something maybe a little bit cheaper, you could go with the first generation and just use them, say, behind the furniture, but this one does take up more room. I'll do a quick video maybe tomorrow on that because I think my phone's dying. So there you go, guys. There is my smart home, not counting the dots and the show that I have, which I've done videos on the show. So don't be afraid to pick it up. Anybody can do this. It's really, really easy. And, I'm sure there's somebody you can reach out to and say, hey, I really want a smart bulb or a dot. Or, because if you don't have an Alexa dot, you could easily go ahead and pick up one of those. So I'm going to jump off here. Hope this helps. Please hit like, hit subscribe, help me grow my channel. And I hope this has helped you guys, give you ideas of different smart home products you could use. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a great one. Bye.